Live, the news on NBC6 at 5 starts now.
Because they would say, you know, Papi, you're so big, you know, Papi, you're so smart, you know. And I would say, you're going to be bigger and smarter than me, you know. Like, I never want to lie to my kids about anything. But when I tell Sebastian that he's going to be bigger and stronger and smarter than me,
yeah, that's video of the Estevez family. They're from Broward County, that family. This morning, those parents are on a crusade to save their son. And there he is right there, Sebastian, from a disease that is cheating him of his childhood. But there's a way to help save him, and we have just days to do it. Here's my story.
This is Sebastian.
Thank you. Thank you.
He's charming.
Funny, energetic, smart 4-year-old. Yeah, are you demonstrating for us?
And at first glance, typical, with a love for baseball.
Because you picked the bat.
But he's not typical. Sebastian Estevez has something only about 500 children in the country have.
we hit the lottery from hell.
A debilitating and eventually deadly disease, Hunter syndrome. Essentially, his body doesn't produce a particular enzyme. Sebastian was normal when he was first born. Until he turned about 3, symptoms started to sneak up. He now has stiff joints, can't even make a fist.
Boys with the disease in the latter portions of their lives will lose their ability to walk, talk, eat.
And even recognize their own parents. A reality Mom and Dad Mario and Jennifer Estevez live with every day, and a fear of losing Sebastian before he even turns 18.
How do you talk to him about why he's in the hospital every Monday, getting an infusion for 4 hours?
We try to keep it as simple as possible. It's getting a little bit more difficult.
But as difficult as it is, there is hope. Coming out of one hospital in Ohio, researchers there say they have a cure, and they want to start clinical trials this summer.
And it's just a matter of money. It's just a matter of dollars. It's insane.
So for the past year, the Estevez family has banded together with other similar parents. They formed Project Alive. Their goal? To keep their children alive, trying to raise $1.5 million by May 15th.
These boys are losing skills. They're losing abilities with every day that passes, so time really is of the essence. We don't have time to waste.
Say hello, world. Say hello, world.
A cure that could make a world of difference.
Isn't Sebastian a cutie? Yeah, there are 3 other boys in Broward County who have that same rare disease. The clock is not only ticking on their lives, but on saving them. So here's the challenge, 15 by 15, $15 per person by the 15th of, which is next Tuesday already. So if you want to help, you can text this number that's on your screen there and just write Alive, or we've put everything that you need to know, not only about the disease and saving him, on the NBC6 app and on NBC6.com.
Students crying.
Enough is enough. It has to stop.
Parents crying out for change, demanding our leaders take action.
As a dad and a politician, that has to be tough to listen to.
If I were a student at a school, or my kids were a student at a school that had just been shot up, I would be angry.
The anger can't be argued, but the solution has been.
This is a kid who couldn't even take a backpack to school, and he was able to obtain a weapon.
Because the background system is broken. And so when that background check was run, it didn't say he'd been expelled from school. It didn't say that there'd been 30 police calls. It didn't say that he had these social media posts, none of that.
And that is Republican Senator Marco Rubio's stance, a better vetting process.
That discussion of sensible gun safety laws has been absent.
On the other side, Democratic State Senator Gary Farmer on Saturday calling for a ban on assault weapons, one that was in place from 1994 until 2004.
You said that the assault weapons ban never really worked. Do we look at it again?
They're already out there. People can buy them. They're grandfathered in under the law.
I want to show you this here. I'm sure you've seen it, the billboards.
Yeah, someone paid for that. That's a group that's against where I
What do you say to that?
I don't know what it says. I say this. I say that any of the laws that they want passed would not have prevented this attack. That doesn't mean that we shouldn't pass any laws. And that doesn't even mean we shouldn't pass these laws. There may be a different reason why we need these laws. And it also ignores the things we have done. Sponsoring a bill, for example, that would have required or incentivized states to report mental health into the database. Sponsoring a bill that would have provided millions and millions of dollars for school safety measures.
Rubio is fighting back criticism over reports he took millions from the National Rifle Association.
It's false. It's just false. They haven't given me, it'd be illegal to give me $3.3 million. They may have spent $3.3 million in campaigns I was involved in, but that could very well be going against my opponent.
So where do we go from here?
Well, history is an indicator, maybe nothing, and that would be unfortunate. Because a lot of these things I've co-sponsored that have failed because for some people they don't go far enough.
Before the nation turned its attention to remove Confederate symbols with protests that turned violent, this man, Benjamin Israel, a black Orthodox Jew, was quietly leading a battle here to replace 3 streets named after Confederate leaders.
We have a concept known as tikkun olam, which means we have a responsibility to make the world a better place.
Israel says a friend asked him to take on the issue since he served on the city's African American Advisory Council. But some within the council dismissed the so-called problem Israel brought to their attention.
Said, are you crazy? We don't have time for this kind of nonsense. You know, we got more important things to do.
So he decided to take his fight before the city commission, and that went on for 3 years.
It took a while to get their attention because they were not concerned. When the new mayor came, and he being the mayor, that changed the situation, it changed the dynamics.
But finally, they started to hear the soft-spoken New York native who now calls South Florida home. He had done his homework on all of the Confederate names, especially one that stood out, Nathan Bedford Forrest. That street runs right through Hollywood's Black Liberia neighborhood.
He ultimately became the founder of the KKK, and he also was the first Grand Wizard. As a black man, it was particularly hurtful, being that here you could have a street running through the middle of the black community named after the founder of the KKK, whose purpose it was to destroy, to frighten, and to chase away black people.
Word of Israel's campaign spread to other activists, including Black Lives Matter.
Their involvement was very helpful to us because they came out in force to the meetings, and it made a difference.
And one voice turned into many. In August of last year, the commission voted 5-1 to change the street names because, according to Israel, city leaders looked beyond race and did the right thing.
Do the right thing, not because you are white, not because you are black, but because you have a moral obligation.
Israel's hard work earned him an honor from Black Lives Matter that called him a community hero.
It was after the meeting at the city commission.
A special but humble honor for the man surrounded by his books with a love and passion for history.
And no French, English, or American.
Israel's advice for the next generation of black leaders who want to change may surprise some.
We got to stop blaming the white man. When we come together and do what we need to do for ourselves, everything else will fall into place.
Well, you may know him for getting the fans pumped up at the Miami Heat games or spinning some of the hottest hits across South Florida. But DJ Irie is doing so much more. He's giving back.
This is the Irie Rhythms Academy, right? And we're right here in Phase 1, which is the Boogie Live Broadcasting Center.
DJ Irie gave me an exclusive tour of his new state-of-the-art facility located inside the Big Brothers Big Sisters building in Miami. It's been a dream of his for years, but thanks to the Irie Foundation, it's becoming a reality.
For a long time, we thought that, okay, wow, maybe this is just too pie in the sky, But really, when it takes everyone really focusing and putting their energy and time and resources, it can come to fruition.
And that comes from events like Irie Weekend, going into its 14th year. DJ Irie has used that weekend as a fundraising event for Big Brothers Big Sisters, a special relationship that has helped thousands of kids.
To plant that seed through relationships, and that's what it is with Irie. It's a real family relationship. He's sincere about helping kids. He's sincere about helping his Miami, helping us just do big things.
And here's an animated blueprint of the big things in the works at the Big Brothers Big Sisters facility. One whole floor of the building dedicated to the Irie Foundation. It features Irie's DJ Academy, a live room with a performance stage, and so much more. Just ask the man who designed it.
This is a real radio station with the ability to do audio, video, recording, broadcast. You could have people phoning in and do interviews with them live on air, multiple talent.
And the radio station has a very special meaning. It's the Boogie Live broadcast studio named after DJ Irie's late mother, who was instrumental in his career.
Back in Jamaica, you know, in the neighborhood that she grew up, you know, she had the best music selection, you know, because she was just all about her music. And whenever there'd be a neighborhood, you know, event, they would call her to come in and play the music, you know. So when I started showing my interest and passion in music, she shared that story with me, and that really took our bond to a different level.
To see where your life has gone, to this kid dreaming at the time, to seeing to where it is now, and seeing this manifest itself like this, how does that feel?
It's purpose, you know, because to do all those things, it's like to be everywhere, but also nowhere, you know. This right here, you know, this center that we're building, this first phase that literally is a tangible, you know, idea that's now brought to fruition. This is purpose. This really puts the meaning behind everything that we've done.
For the Irie Foundation, it's about transforming tomorrow today. And that's his goal, to inspire young men and women to be the best they can be.
I hope kids will come through our programs and say, world, watch out, because I'm equipped. I have a dream, right? I'm equipped with the tools. World, watch out, because I'm coming for you.
To be cha! This is not your average family. In this family, fighting is encouraged. And Valerie Loretta is not your average 19-year-old girl. Don't let the lip gloss, mascara, painted nails fool you.
Go up. Ready? 1, 2.
So how does a girly girl end up in the ring like this here?
I was born into it. It's in my blood. I was, my father, since I was little, he trained me to be a really good fighter and a very strong fighter. At the same time, I am very feminine.
This FIU student's first steps were on a Taekwondo mat, a mat she'd grow up on, becoming a master in the sport, while also dabbling in ballet, until a year ago.
17 years of just Taekwondo, going to a world championship, going to Olympic qualifier, and now had to learn how to box. I had to learn how to wrestle. I had to learn jiu-jitsu. It's Muay Thai.
She decided to go the mixed martial arts route, the MMA fighting realm saturated by men.
I think there's a lot going on now with women in the world, and this is our year.
All the women in her family have black belts, her 2 younger sisters and mom.
We have a sorority house.
3 beautiful young ladies.
And they all fight.
They all fight. And you should see the fights at home. But anyways.
And sometimes those fights even meant fighting to live. When Valerie was battling for a spot in the Olympics, she was also helping her mom battle a fight of her own, cancer. It packed its own punch. She says it only strengthened her.
It's a confidence booster to a lot of women, and just being able to train and box. And a lot of women love boxing because it's such a stress reliever and it makes you really feel good about yourself.
This is fighting stance right here.
And so I got a little inspired.
And then this covers your face.
Lift, turn.
Armed with a microphone pack, I tried.
I'm still trying to figure out what to do with my arms.
1, 2. Nice. Good, good.
Now I'm out of breath and I'm done for the day.
We'll leave it to the pros. And to the Lorettas. We're here. It's a family affair.
You would push me really hard.
So now it's your payback.
That's my payback.